Oh, yeah. So, y'all didn't think I was going to touch on this topic? Y'all little trend is bouncing around on round and round on the internet. Oh, y'all done with the 90s, huh? And we know the genesis of how it started, why y'all feel the way y'all feel. And it all centers around this dude right here. The dude on your thumbnail. But see, you can't escape the inevitable. You can't change history. You can't change facts. You can't change stats either. This dude been in the league for over 20 some years. He still ain't got 4 rings. But you want to ignore the 90s. Well, let's talk about this current trash era that's going on right now. The era that's dominated by y'all Kang, LeBron James, Mr. Let me hop to another team when the going gets tough. Mr. All these accusations that's going around that I have no response to. I'm not going to countersue for defamation of character. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say anything. Y'all Kang. Let's talk about the fact that these dudes in this current NBA, the referees call absolutely nothing. You can barely touch, you can't even breathe on a player nowadays without getting thrown out of a game, get a technical foul, or you staring at somebody for too long a period of time. Oh, that's a technical foul. Let's talk about the fact that these dudes can carry, travel, all they want. Nothing is ever said. You got dudes taking 4 steps and then dunking a basketball, and the ref is standing right there. It's a fast break. And you mean to tell me that this is the most athletic era in NBA history? I beg to differ, because if that was actually the truth, why do they need so much help? They're allowed to carry, they're allowed to put their hands underneath the ball and take 2 steps and then dribble. Have their hand directly on the side of the ball and take 2 steps and then dribble. You guys saw that clip of Ja Morant with the ball, literally cuffing it. His hands literally underneath the ball. One of the main things they taught you when you were young, well, they used to, when it comes to a dribbling drill, to get your handles right. Don't have your hand directly underneath the ball. You're gonna get called for carrying every time. Don't have your hand on the side of the ball. You're gonna get called for carrying every time. But nowadays it's allowed. It's like it's part of the game. And we supposed to have respect for this era. The era where dudes pile up on the same team. Like, okay, you're a superstar and I'm a superstar. So instead of us directly competing against each other to see who's really the best, let's play on the same team and let's just roll over all these dudes, because we don't really like competition. Competition is bad for our brand, and our brand is more important than anything. Our brand is more important than the team we play for, the city, the fans. We don't care about that. Our brand is what's most important, and we don't care if you guys like it or not. We don't care at all. Nah. Brand first, everything else second. That's the cupcake soft era we live in right now. And we supposed to have respect for it? Are you serious? Imagine if Michael Jordan was allowed to carry the ball and travel as much as he want back when he was playing. He would have 12 NBA Finals championships, 12 Finals MVPs, 12 scoring titles. Because when he was going by the rules, the way the initial rules of basketball, how it was being played, not allowing you to take 4 steps, carry the ball, traveling and all that. Your pivot foot was your pivot foot. You wasn't allowed to switch pivot feet without dribbling the ball. But now you can. You can hold the ball and keep spinning around, and sooner or later you get to switch which foot is your pivot foot. And of course, that's not traveling. No, we're just going to let that go. We're just going to let that ride. And I blame Adam Silver because he's sitting back and allowing this to happen. You can't tell me that you don't see the calls that these refs are blatantly missing. They're blatantly missing calls. I'm not talking about a whole bunch of people clogged up in the lane. Guy drives to the lane and there's a lot of bodies around, so the ref might be shielded off from a play and not fully see a player's feet. So he might not have the angle to make that call. I'm talking about you can have dudes that steal the ball at like half court. There's nobody at the other end. He has a fast break, clear path to the basket. And he doesn't dribble the ball at all. After he pokes the ball bounces on his own. He grabs the ball and then takes 4 steps and dunks it. And the ref doesn't call that traveling? Get that man a passport and stamp it a few hundred times. That's how much he's traveling. But y'all done with the 90s? Nah, we done with the 2020s cupcake era. You are now listening to Uncut Sports. No feelings. Unlike the cupcake era where it's 100% feelings. Boo-hoo already. All these bronze sexuals running around. Now it has slid into the NFL because now we have Justin sexuals. Justin Fields could do no wrong. He's a representation of this modern cupcake NBA era translated into the NFL. It's like a virus. It's starting to spread. And it will be stopped. Oh, yeah. I vow for it to be stopped. And LeBron, we heard about you and JJ Redick's little podcast y'all trying to start because you not only want to control the mainstream narrative, you want to come over here to the independent space to try to control the narrative over here. But it ain't going to work because we are individuals over here. We have free thought and we have a lot of thoughts about your BS. And it ain't going to work. You come over here thinking you going to Bigfoot something. Nah, bruh. You'll get stomped in this independent space because that bull crap you try to pull with ESPN backing you ain't gonna work over here. And the tears of this cupcake era taste so good because y'all so phony. Y'all embrace liars and people who don't have the balls to stand on their own and compete at a high level without having to have a top 75 player with you. Not just one player, but multiple players because you tend to jump from team to team. And every time you go to another team, you get a few more top 75 players to play with you. And you still only manage to win 4 NBA rings within over 20-year period. And you supposed to be the GOAT? The king? More like a Burger King. Your crown is made out of paper. So yeah, y'all done forced the wolf to come out. The wolf in this sports space has arrived. And I'm here to call out all the BS I've been hearing. And I'm not the only one because there's a lot of wolves out here that feel just like I feel. Let's have a listen.
The NBA, but it's becoming hard to watch. And after the Fred VanVleet situation in the post game, I'm glad Paul George is speaking up as well. Paul George speaks on the struggle of being a defender in today's NBA. Basically, he's saying it's killing the game. You can't be physical or you can't be aggressive. Offensive player has an advantage now. Now, I think he's damn right. Because honestly, does the NBA think that scores like this brings in revenue? We legit seen the All-Star game, how trash it was. And everybody is screaming for defense. And then all year the refs are giving texts like this. Man, come on, man. Because now I'm about to get on my DeMarcus Cousins.
What happened there? I've never seen anything like that.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here. Because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
Look at YouTube basketball is taking off. Because people want to see if you're good enough to score over physical, good defense. That's the skills of the game, bro. If you really skilled, you can score against anybody. Scores like this, I don't feel like help the league. Look, man.
The score he was pointing to was 176 to 175. So obviously there was absolutely no defense whatsoever that was being played. How was that competition? How is that competing at the highest level? It's not. Y'all want to forget about the 90s? The 80s and 90s was the last truly competitive era of NBA basketball. Kobe was the bridge. Kobe had a taste of that also. He was the last of a dying breed. R.I.P. to Kobe. He was the real one. Molded after the realest one, MJ, the GOAT. And then everything that came after Kobe was watered down to the point where if it was an alcohol, you wouldn't even want it. Like, what is this crap you selling me? It's all watered down. I don't want any of this. And this is what today's modern NBA has turned into. A watered down version of something that was once extremely competitive. You had competitors on every team that didn't want to play on the same team with each other. They left it to the general managers like, yo, just draft somebody that could come in here and help me. We'll practice with them, get them up to par, and that's how we'll win. I don't want another star from another team coming to my team. This is my team. This is the mentality that they had back in the 90s, back in the 80s. Wasn't no kumbaya. Let's all join hands and just have one big happy kumbaya fest. Nah, we're going to compete. And when we compete, I'm trying to bust your ass, whether you like it or not. You see me in the hallway before the game, don't even speak to me. Because right now, we about to play each other. We about to compete. You are my enemy. That's what's missing from the modern NBA today. All you dudes soft. And like DeMarcus Cousins said, he got a sense of what was going on. He told you in that clip you just listened to. He said he hoped the whole world is listening. He hoped the whole world sees what's going on. What the NBA is turning into. It's turning into professional wrestling. WWE. And we supposed to respect this era where y'all could be on a 401 fast break. You got an easy dunk or a layup, and you would rather pass that up to the guy out at the 3-point line, only for him to miss. You see, they wouldn't be so obsessed with shooting a 3-pointer if they had the balls to play defense. Because if you shutting dudes down from the defensive point of view, and you keep running your offense, you hitting two, but you playing good-ass defense, you can win just as easy. You don't have to rely solely on, well, if we get hot tonight, we definitely going to win. Well, damn, what if you're not hot tonight? What if you have an off night? So what does that mean? You get blown out because you don't want to play defense? You scared to play defense. You can't even. And then the NBA is complicit in this also, because a lot of it falls on the NBA as a whole. They won't even allow the dudes that actually want to play defense, get texts real quick, thrown out of games real quick, get 4 or 5 fouls real quick. But this is the cupcake era that y'all champion as being something that we supposed to respect. Hell no. I don't respect this era at all. This is one of the most non-deserving respect eras of NBA basketball I've ever seen in my life. You dudes go to the FIFA games and can't even win no medal. No medal. Not just the bronze or the silver. You can't win any medals. But your era is so much more athletic and so much more skilled than your predecessors, according to what y'all say. But yet y'all go out there and lay a goose egg. All these other European countries and these other countries running y'all up and down the court, using y'all as a dust mop, just pushing y'all up and down the court. Because unlike the AAU circuit that spawned a lot of you dudes, that's where a lot of you dudes came from, no fundamentals whatsoever. Just chuck it up. Chuck up a 3 or dunk it. That's your whole game. No mid-range game at all. So if you can't hit a 3 and we keep you from dunking, I guess you only scoring 5 points tonight, huh? But this is that bullshit that I've been talking about. And y'all want to be done with the 90s? Well, we done with the 20s cupcake era. This is y'all shit. And see what's going to happen? The dudes that's coming behind you, they see how soft y'all are. Y'all not hungry worth a damn. And the sad part about it is I see something in Anthony Edwards. The problem is he's surrounded by a bunch of soft-ass dudes, and it's starting to wear off on him. I don't think he's originally like that. In the comments he made about the All-Star game, ain't nobody trying to play hard and this and that. My personal opinion, I don't think that's him. I think his surrounding has made him think this way. I think if he was in a dog era, I think he would be a dog. I think he'd be out there busting people's ass in an All-Star game. Like, I don't care if it's an All-Star game or not. I would dunk on your neck. But since he's surrounded by all these dudes who's so quick to not want to be truly competitive because they want to pile up on the same team. Shit. Why should we compete against each other? When we get, 3, maybe 4 stars on one team, we can run over everybody. How is that in any sense of the imagination being competitive? Sounds like the coward's way out to me. So no, I have absolutely no respect for the 20s cupcake era, and that's exactly what this is. Y'all face of the league got this scandal bubbling underneath the surface that everybody, especially ESPN and the mainstream media, going out of their way to ignore it. Well, once upon a time, Major League Baseball tried the same tactic. How did that work out? The NBA has a reckoning, and it's coming. It's coming like a comet. Halley's Comet. And once it strikes, it's going to cause catastrophic damage to the image of the NBA, of which have been ignoring what's right underneath their noses, the problems of the NBA that they want to ignore. Completely taking defense out of the game in favor of chucking up threes a whole game. No mid-range game, no defense, no nothing. No physicality at all. Bunch of dudes whining and crying to the refs all the time. You shouldn't have anything to say to the refs. They let you travel and carry the ball all game long. What's the problem? So yeah, I'm done with the 2020s cupcake era. Y'all can have this trash. This is uncut sports. No feelings. Unlike this cupcake NBA era.